Hello everyone. Today is 2nd of April. Now it's 5:30 in the afternoon Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is new episode of Headlines, short summary of the news that I will talk about during the second news update of the day on my Patreon page. As you can see, I'm in a central part of Dmitrov. Many of you are, I guess, quite familiar with this area. I filmed updates several times here. And well, let's go for a walk, and meanwhile I will share with you some of the news that I will discuss in little more detail during the second news update. If by chance you are considering to support my work, you can subscribe to my Patreon page. Link is under this video in description box and in the pinned comment. So yes, let's start. And first headline from Vzгляд newspaper, and it says that according to President of Russian Federation, who made quite a number of statements today while meeting with the leadership of Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs. And one of the statements is that Western elites acting like they want revenge for failed attempts of in the past by Hitler and Napoleon to conquer Russia. Interesting statement from president, and it definitely has a point, isn't it? Many so-called leaders of the collective West definitely are acting like crazies, really, as if they really want some sort of revenge for past failures. Also, by the way, President of Russian Federation stated that Russia will track down masterminds of Moscow Crocus City Hall terrorist attacks, and I have no doubts that that's exactly what is going to happen. RT is reporting that head of Russian Defense Ministry Sergei Shoigu made today quite a number of statements also. And well, according to him, since the beginning of 2024, since January this year, Ukrainian armed forces lost about 80,000 military personnel. Quite a number, one may say, because it's after all it's the entire army. And also in very same time period, Kiev regime lost about 14,000 different type of military equipment, including, of course, tanks, armored personnel carriers, infantry fighting vehicles, and so on. Just today, by the way, about an hour ago, I shared on my Patreon page, and you can check it if you want to, latest video of destruction of yet another Abrams tank by Russian FPV drone. I lost count, by the way. I don't know, is this Abrams number 6, number 7, or number 8? Who cares anymore? Also, by the way, Shoigu, Defense Minister of Russian Federation, made statements that Russian Black Sea Fleet and Russian fleet, entire fleet, will have new commanders. And as I reported earlier, as a new commander of Russian fleet, appointed Alexander Moiseev. And also, by the way, and Alexander Moiseev used to lead the Russian Northern Fleet. And also, by the way, Konstantin Kabantsov will become head of Northern Fleet, and Sergei Pinchuk will lead Russian Black Sea Fleet. So expected changes in let's go this way, in leadership of Russian Navy. Let me show you this area, by the way. Quite a nice street there with some cute buildings, and there are some shops, cafes, some offices. And yes, of course, I reported previously about my save. It was well known for like 3 weeks now that my save will most likely become next head of Northern Fleet, and it's official. Now also, by the way, Vzglyad newspaper is reporting that according to report on CNN, Kiev regime with its Western allies are planning together attacks deep inside Russian territory. Not surprising report, not surprising at all. And I remind you, if I may, that today it's become known that Kiev regime conducted strike in direction of Tatarstan, Autonomous Republic of Russian Federation. This was the first time when Kiev regime tried to attack this far from border between Russia and Ukraine. It's about 1,200 kilometers, by the way, from Kiev-controlled territories of Kharkov and Chernigov regions. So I have no doubts that Western allies or masters of the Kiev regime definitely are participating in planning of these terrorist attacks deep inside Russian territory. Also, by the way, interesting information. According to RT, just 8% of Ukrainians are ready to take up arms against Russia, according to new polls, new research that was done in Ukraine. Interesting numbers. Although, by the way, you might be surprised, but same time, according to this research, majority of citizens of Ukraine still believe that Kiev regime gonna defeat Russia. I don't know. If we can believe in this poll. I refuse to believe that majority of citizens of Ukraine really think this way. Probably they were just too afraid to give any other answer. But first number, that only 8% of citizens of Ukraine are willing to take up arms, quite revealing. Also, by the way, RT is reporting, let's go that way. RT is reporting that Moscow condemns assassination of Iranian generals by Israeli forces. It happened, of course, in Syria when Israel conducted airstrike on consulate of Iran in Syrian Arab Republic, as a result of which 2 generals and several other high-ranking officers of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard officers were killed. And by the way, everybody now, of course, is expecting retaliation from Tehran, and Iranian leadership already made statements that there will be retaliation. One may hope that this retaliation will be somewhat limited, because we clearly see that Israel's leadership unable to act as a serious people, as a serious individuals, and therefore someone has to act responsibly. And this heavy duty of responsibility for stability in entire region, by the way, it definitely lies on the shoulders of Iran's leadership right now, because if they will react in extreme ways, although they will receive, I guess, support from worldwide anyway, in whatever ways they're gonna retaliate, because they have every right to do so. Hopefully, retaliation will be on limited scale, so that the entire region will not end up in a war. And by the way, meanwhile, Israeli strike kills foreign aid workers in Gaza. Different information is circulating on internet, but according to some reports, 7 foreign aid workers were killed during one of the IDF strikes. And the Israeli leadership, this time they apologized for targeting aid workers. Also, by the way, interesting news that Russian pranksters prank head of Olympics, International Olympics Committee, Thomas Bach. And during this conversation with the Russian prankers, this individual, Thomas Bach, basically openly said that Olympic Committee instructed the Ukrainian side to conduct some surveillance on Russian sportsmen and find there any reasoning so that Olympic Committee will ban them to participate in Olympic Games. And according to Bach, by the way, if Russian sportsmen are in support of Russian government or Russia, that's enough reason for so-called Olympic Committee, International Olympic Committee, them to be banned from Olympic Games. Disgraceful individual, this so-called head of Olympic Committee, garbage, absolute garbage, and I mean, I don't think there is any need really to comment on this type of disgraceful degenerates, totally disgraceful pigs, really. Well, Russian Foreign Ministry still responded and criticized this so-called leader of the Olympic movement. Once again, by the way, I mean, level of, I mean, it seems like degradation of Western so-called elites have no boundaries, really. And on daily basis, we are receiving more and more information about disgraceful statements and actions from these so-called Western elites. Just a day before yesterday, Mayor of Paris made statement, for example, that Russian sportsmen are not welcome in Paris, where Olympic Games supposed to take place. Now, this information, well, something is definitely wrong with those so-called elites, man. They are degenerates, total degenerates and imbeciles, man. Anyway, let's continue. Boeing, by the way, Boeing 777, Boeing has problems again, and yet again, 777, Boeing 777. Plane was basically forced to divert its flight after toilet overflows into cabin. Maybe it's time to ban these planes or all Boeing planes, because I mean, almost on daily basis now we are receiving information how unreliable and dangerous these Boeing planes really are. And by the way, the downfall of Boeing is unstoppable at this point, I guess. I mean, it's just really too much. It seems like this company is done, which is good news for Airbus, main competitor of the Boeing, and I believe it's a good news for some smaller companies worldwide that are in business of building civilian aircraft. And finally, RT is reporting that oil prices hit highest level since 2022. Also interesting news. At some point, oil price for Brent, for example, was about $90, and I believe this is quite optimal level of prices, not too high, not too low, so that all participants in this in oil trade will be happy with it. Oil producer countries and countries that are consuming oil products. And dear friends, before I end this video, let me show you memorial here. Two heroes who fought against Nazi Germany during the Great Patriotic War. And I don't know about collective West, but here in Russia, of course, memory for all those heroes that fight for us to exist is preserved, which is definitely Great. And well, this is it for now. Hopefully you will find this short update somewhat informative, interesting. I hope you will find this area, by the way, here quite nice. It's a small town on suburbs of Moscow, like only 50-60 kilometers away. And as you can see, weather is getting better and better, and in a few weeks time there will be flowers everywhere, and of course leaves on the trees. It's gonna be much more nicer scenery, although it looks cool right now too. So yes, this is it for now. If you find this update interesting, please click that like button and leave some commentary just about anything. More likes and comments will definitely help me to deal with the algorithm on both platforms, Rumble and YouTube. And dear friends, I just mentioned Rumble, and let me share with you information about Rumble. Unfortunately, Russian providers of internet, and I checked 2 of them today, are not opening Rumble page. I had to use VPN to upload videos. I don't know what happened. Rumble is not banned in Russia, as far as I know. Some technical problem, I guess, and therefore I'm unable to make a live stream today with the Telegram reports program. But as soon as this technical issue will be resolved and Russian providers, internet providers will allow me to open Rumble, then of course I will resume live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's not my fault, dear friends. Sorry, I know many members of our community on Rumble like this live stream because it's a good opportunity to have a conversation in real time and exchange of opinions, but I'm unable to make live stream because of some technical issue. And well, this is it for now. If you find this channel interesting, useful, and one that deserves to exist, please consider to support my work with small donations through PayPal, Boosty, or by subscribing to my Patreon, on which I have not just news updates, but also some additional content just about life in Russia, not about politics and news. So okay, this is it for now. Have a great day and take care.